What is going on, YouTube? So today I finished the Athlean-X 90-day training camp, otherwise known as AX1. And in addition to that, I used the TNT plugins. I used the plugin for chest and I used the plugin for arms. So what these plugins do is essentially I think they're kind of for more advanced lifters, which I've been lifting for years. And basically it plugs in 1 to 2 additional like targeted weightlifting days, usually taxing onto like a cardio day or something throughout the program. So super helpful, and honestly they're some of the best workouts that I've ever done when you continuously do them repetitively throughout 1 to 3 months of this program. So I'm just going to kind of give my review of Athlean-X as a whole, or rather the program Athlean-X 1. So it is basically, it's targeted for brand new beginners. Of course, it's also repeatable. So it's not just like it's not like it didn't benefit me. In fact, I lost I want to say about 10 pounds doing that program, and that wasn't even me following the nutrition plan perfectly, because I eat out a lot, etc. Chipotle. But anyways, so with this plan, essentially what you get is you get 90 days, you get a nutrition plan, you get a bunch of extra bonuses and stuff. It's very helpful. I want to say it was like $90. It's been several years since I bought it, because I've done it in the past a few times actually. But anyways, so essentially I decided I wanted to get back to the basics of fitness after my mobilization, and I needed to cut down. I needed to get more athletic again. My energy was just really low. I wasn't feeling well. But today, after taking the final exam of the program and barely passing with you have to do it under 25 minutes. I did it in like 24 minutes. But I've noticed that a huge energy spike. So let's kind of go over the calendar and how that works. So the breakdown on the calendar. So the first 4 weeks, it kind of sets you off pretty basic start. I'm not going to go into too much detail out of respect for the creator, Jeff Cavalier, but essentially you'll play with cardio days, and you also have your training days. And then at the end, there's a culminating exam for the first month, which focuses kind of on what you've trained for that month. Then you roll into month 2, basically plays around with a little bit more of a bro split. But again, you have a similar exam that focuses on the same idea, basically what you've been training for that month. And then finally, in month 3, you have it kind of does more of a breakdown of cardio and then your muscle training. It's kind of more full body workouts with some supersets. And then you have your culminating final exam, which covers not only just that month of training, but the entirety of the program. Now, with that being said, the final exam, it's actually pretty challenging. I feel like it was bumped up quite a bit. Now, I don't know if this is something that I didn't do entirely right, but I'm gonna say that I've done it a couple of times, so I have a feeling I know kind of what I'm talking about with this. But the final exam kind of throws you off, because you have to do a bunch of really intense exercises. Well, four intense exercises. But one of the exercises, yes, you do it in the program, but not nearly as much as you would think that it's preparing you for. So that kind of throws you off. But if you're doing the program with all the cardio and the other stuff that you're doing, you should still be prepared for it. It just I wasn't prepared for the function of it, and I'd forgotten about the final exam. So but yeah, so would I recommend Athlean-X boot camp? Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I've done it several times, And as I've done it several times, I have the experience to say that, yeah, it's been helpful every time. But I wanted to do a video on it this most recent time because I never really properly covered it before. And, you know, I wanted to share that if you're looking to get fit, and I want to say this too before I forget, for each of the exams at the end of the month, if you don't pass the exam by Jeff's standard that he considers a passing score, and there's several tiers that kind of keeps you like self-competitive, or you can also compete with other people on the website. But if you don't pass, then you're expected to redo that month, right? I don't remember if the final exam tells you to redo the whole program or just a month, so I've never had to redo it, so I didn't know. But I will say though, if you are like a standard, like if you're like at like an average baseline, like probably young adult male or female, you could probably get through this program fine in one go through, and it's probably going to show increasing gains, and probably cut fat loss. Like I said, I've been lifting for years. I lost 10 pounds doing this program, and my nutrition is probably better than the average, but not like on point or anything. Obviously I do eat fast food and such. So, but yeah, that's about it. So I would recommend this, and I would say that Jeff really knows his stuff. He does really know what he's talking about. And Athlean-X 1, I want to say solid. I guess it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, when you throw in the plugins of TNT, it's a 10 out of 10 program because you can customize it then too. So, I mean, yeah, it's really good. It's just a really good program. I mean, it's just overall, it shows like general athleticism. It kind of gives you just a broad streak of like what you might want to get into athletic wise. The following program after this will be Athlean-X 2, which is a lot more athletic and challenging. I also remember, I like the idea of it. I remember not liking it that much though, compared to X 1. But yeah, X 1, definitely worth your money if you're looking to get into the fitness realm. So that's about it, guys. See ya.